Royal Bombshell. Princess Leonor de Bourbon marries Prince Christian in secret ceremony. A crown waiting. A public engagement. A nation watching. Then, quietly, at midnight, they wed. And everything the world believed shattered. She slipped into the chapel like a shadow born of moonlight. No trumpet fanfare. No public announcement. No record in the official court bulletin. Yet there she was, Princess Leonor de Bourbon, now legally wed to Prince Christian. This is the story the palace didn't want you to hear. The union that rewrote royal protocol. The vows whispered in the dark. The aftermath echoing through Europe's royal houses. Inside the small stone chapel, only candlelight illuminated their faces. She wore an unadorned silk gown, no royal crest, no sweeping train. He stood in a simple tailcoat, no medals, no insignia. They exchanged rings of pale platinum, unmarked. They spoke vows in Spanish, in Danish, in soft breath. Then, in the hush between verses, Leonor's voice caught. She said, "I choose you. Not the crown, but you." And Christian replied, "I will protect you. Not for your title, because of your heart." That moment, private, intimate, became irreversible. But before we go deeper, you need to understand the road to that chapel. Princess Leonor has been groomed since childhood to embody royalty. Public school tours, diplomatic receptions, naval training, military instruction, every move measured, every glance catalogued. Yet in private, she longed for something real. Something unscripted. Prince Christian, European royalty, yes, but known for sincerity, not spectacle. He wasn't chosen by courtiers. He was chosen by her. But royal marriages rarely allow true choice. Protocol, bloodlines, public image, tradition, all demand control. Leonor faced whispers. Is his lineage sufficient? Will he bend to protocol? She faced pressure to produce a public engagement first, a grand wedding next. But she rejected the usual script. Months ago, still unconfirmed publicly, they exchanged promises. Her inner circle whispered of clandestine meetings in Denmark, in remote estates, in quiet gardens. Not palace corridors. Not state visits. Some reports say the engagement ring was crafted by a Danish jeweler, blending Spanish and Scandinavian motifs. In private letters, she told Christian she feared becoming a bride in name, not in feeling. He replied, "Then we'll marry when only our hearts witness us." Still, the royal press speculated. Court insiders flew into panic. The royal council debated, should the palace announce now? Should they delay? Should they discourage it? But Leonor held firm. The evening before the ceremony, they met alone on a palace terrace. No entourage. No cameras. Only stars. She removed her hair comb and handed it to him, something she wore since childhood. He touched it gently. He kissed her palm. He said, "Tomorrow, the world will claim you. But tonight, you are mine." Inside the palace, family dynamics churned. Queen Letizia wept, not in anger, but in fear. King Felipe paced the corridors. The royal council fretted over optics. And Leonor's sister Sophia lay awake, uncertain whether to support or stay silent. At dawn, the chapel door opened. A hush fell. 2 witnesses, trusted confidants, entered. The priest, sworn to secrecy, began. Leonor entered, alone. Christian waited. No procession. No grand announcement. She approached him. He took her hand. They spoke words that had been rehearsed only once, in whispers. "I accept you as you are, with your burdens, your promise, your future. I vow to stand with you, not behind you." Tears brimmed in her eyes. He steadied himself. They slipped platinum bands onto each other's fingers. Then, no fanfare, they walked out, side by side. Outside, the chapel gate remained closed. They vanished from view. No carriage awaited them. No press release. Within hours, murmurs reached Madrid. Journalists demanded proof. Royalists whispered betrayal. Republicans grabbed the headline. Social media exploded. She married in secret. Did they break the royal code? Is this scandal, or evolution? The palace initially refused comment. Then, days later, released a solitary black and white photo, Leonor and Christian, hands intertwined, partially shadowed, standing before a gate. No caption. No names. Just an image that demanded interpretation. Royal commentators rushed in. Some called it a coup, for modern monarchy. Others called it reckless, for protocol breach. Political voices questioned legality under Spain's constitution. Danish sources weighed in. Did Prince Christian violate dynastic rules? Public sentiment swung wildly, from patriotic pride to scandalized disbelief. Within the royal household, alliances shifted. Queen Letizia held private meetings with senior staff. King Felipe questioned loyalty among courtiers. Some advisors accused Leonor of theatrical ambition. Others quietly pledged to stand by her. Sophia bore the silent burden. She watched her sister step into legend. Yet she wondered, would she find a voice in this evolving monarchy? In private conversations, Leonor confided fears. They'll call me a disruptor. They'll say I disrespected tradition. But if I let tradition suffocate my truth, then I die inside, even with a crown. Christian, too, felt the pressure. He navigated between loyalty to his lineage and devotion to her. He submitted to rigorous protocol training. He pledged to master every rite she'd been schooled to command. Spain's constitution mandates that royal marriages be approved by the Cortes Generales under certain circumstances. Does a secret ceremony count? Does the marriage require retroactive recognition? Will Christian retain royal privileges? Will his foreign title conflict? Parliamentary committees began convening quietly. Some argued for formal validation. Others insisted the union undermined royal transparency. Legal scholars debated articles of dynastic law rarely visited in modern times. Meanwhile, the public voiced their verdict. Street protests erupted, not against the couple, but for clarity. Royalists declared support. Republicans demanded abolishment. Young Spaniards saw symbolism, a monarchy that dared to love in secret. Leonor has now defined her reign before it began. No longer just transition. She is transformation. She showed the world that a princess can choose love, not just duty. She redefined what it means to be royal in the 21st century. Christian's place. Still in flux. But his presence beside her in that secret ceremony already rewrites expectations of consorts. The monarchy faces its test. Will it cling to rigid forms, or adapt? Will it suppress this bombshell, or elevate it as its new narrative? Leonor's marriage, done in shadow, is no weakness. It is a declaration. She will rule not as tradition demands, but as the future demands. They married in secret. They walked away from the spotlight. Yet their union now commands the world's attention. What comes next? Will Christian be crowned consort? Will their children carry both bloodlines? Will Leonor's monarchy survive the controversy, or be strengthened by it? One thing is certain. The world is watching. And her reign begins, in the silence she chose to shatter. You believed in a princess. Now, you must believe in her choice.